First of all, we got to find out about your holiday, Israel. It was supposed to happen for a million years. Time again, you had to put it on ice, taking all these fights, and it looked like you made up for that with a pretty epic experience. Tell us, Baytime in Africa, and what were some of the highlights, man?
Man, I think it was 3 times. I wanted to do like a tour of Europe because, it always looked cool whenever all my friends went. See their photos, see their videos. And yeah, they kept on falling through. Then the next fight would come through, Brunson, then Anderson Silva, then Gaslam. And eventually I was just like, fuck. I don't, for whatever reason, I kept on getting this like home calling, this feeling that I should go back home, go back to Nigeria. And I'm glad I did, because that was, for me, just a grounding experience. Because you need to, like, it's good for the soul to do that once in a while, just to ground yourself and return to your roots. And I'm so glad I said, fuck Europe. I'm just going to go here instead, go back home. Because Europe can always be there. Europe will, But, yeah, it was a different experience this time. Because I didn't even realize. I told my dad I just want to go low-key and just slide in under the radar and nothing. He's like, no, you can't do that. I was like, why? He's like, it won't be possible. Like, too many people know you. And I didn't really believe him. But man, holy shit, I believe him now, because I've felt it. Even at the airport, I had people like hit me up. Just people from different walks of life, people that don't even watch. I didn't think would watch the UFC, but
wow,
I was getting a lot of. I just started watching the UFC because of you. I started watching the UFC because of you, and I watched all your other fights, and I'm like, for me, it was just crazy, the reach, like, power of the internet, the reach that, you can get to so many different people now. And it's just, yeah, it was humbling. Even in certain, like, when I went to the rural areas, you still got people like who were recognizing me. So that really, yeah, it was just a surreal experience. And then after that, went to Dubai, and that was another like fucking mind-blowing experience as well in its own way. And just meeting people that I never really thought I'd be meeting, not even by me requesting, but them requesting them to meet me, like the Sheikh Mohammed. And also hung out with Sam Fortify, who was a rapper I used to listen to back in the day, and chopped it up with him because he's in the app game now, from the rap game, and he just put me on some game about how he kind of like settled in Dubai and made a lot of cash just through apps. And yeah, I just got inspired from that whole trip, just Dubai and Nigeria. And yeah, it let me know a lot of things about how this game is run on different levels. So it was humbling. It was a humbling experience.
I was going to say, so in a lot of ways, was this kind of a realization for you about sort of how big you are and how big your reach is? I guess in some ways you didn't realize it before. Because I know you always referred to yourself as kind of like the runt of your litter when it came to like, you and Nigeria and your family. And now I guess this is kind of in a subtle way a goal for you, right? To inspire people back in Nigeria and sort of get them sort of on the, not so much bandwagon, but, into the sport.
Yeah, I always said I wanted to be like Pacquiao. When he boxed, like in the sense, like when he boxed, he shut down the Philippines. So I've got people now in Nigeria waiting up till 4 a.m. to watch me fight live. A lot of people, millions of people, and that speaks volumes. And yeah, I still am the runt, because even when I was back home, I see all these kids. Even when I went to like a gym. Well, not a gym really, like a stadium, the sporting stadium, and I trained there for an hour and a bit with one of the trainers. He kind of just said, "You're training." I was like, "Okay," because I just went there to watch, and watching some of these kids, like even little girls as young as like 3, hitting the pads. And I'm like, man, I literally I am the runt of my people, and I still stand by that, because a lot of people from where I'm from, just their genes is different, they're bred differently, and yeah, you see why like the colonizers, enslaved a lot of people from where I'm from, because just the way they're built, even just the way they walk. And I'm like, some people you can just tell you never hit the gym before, but they just jacked. Just imagine like if you hit the gym, what's possible if someone showed you how to like wrestle, someone showed you how to like kick, and even just teaching a kid. I put it on my Instagram. I taught a kid how to kick properly. He was kicking well, but just I improved his kick just with a few words, and boom, instantly he just amazed me. And that was only a little snippet of it because we chopped it up for a little bit after that. And man, it's inspiring. The whole ordeal was just inspiring for me.
Careful, man. He could be the Israel Adesanya to your Anderson Silva one day. Don't teach him
I'll be
to.
glad. Taught him a few things.
Yeah, Israel, it's interesting that you mentioned that moment from the Nigerian boxing club because when we were looking through your feed, that was a really cool moment, the part where you were showing the kid how to kick and just what it meant to everybody there and just to see how excited and how much of an inspiration you are to everybody over there in Nigeria. But I'm also curious to hear some of the craziest stories from your trip. For example, we see you were feeding tigers. We imagine that, and your Instagram stories had some fun stuff as well, you and your friends having a good time. Are there any crazy stories that you can share with us from your trip? Anything that stands out that was sort of mind-blowing that you didn't capture on camera?
Yeah, there was a moment when we went to like the slums. Like we went to the slums in Lagos, one of them. Because Lagos reminds me of maybe even Brazil because the middle class is just kind of emerging now, but there's a big wage gap. There's those who are just like super baller millionaires, and then there's like those who have nothing, and there's those in between. But it's a huge wage gap. And went to the slum where literally it's just I just wanted to kind of just walk around and kind of just see if there was anything I can kind of I don't really do these things for the gram or for the likes. I just do it because I want to. So I was just going in there, just maybe even like show the kids some love, buy them like a whole like lot of things they need or whatever. But then the first day we went there, we kind of got stood over by these gangsters, and they were like, "What are you doing out here?" Like and everyone's over for like tips. So for me, like my guy 8B kind of just said we need to go because it could get really ugly, and we only had one security with us. So I just went. After that, I went back the next day, just purely on my own ego. I went back the next day with more security, and then kind of like caused a fuss just because we're rolling around, and it's like a floating village. It's a floating village that is just I think built on like dirty sewage water. It's beautiful from above. If you see one of my videos from the sky, like a big maze. When you get down inside it, it's just it's rough. And a lot of people live there. That's where they're born. That's where they'll die.
Wow.
So on the way out, there was a few fights, commotions. It was like a bit like a zombie apocalypse, really. Straight up, like, because when we're trying to leave, like, our cars were blocked because people were just trying to reach out for like notes and stuff. So, and here I am going there shirtless with my fucking chest rig on, fucking 3 gold chains, flexing, just because I didn't like the way I got treated the day before by the fucking wannabe gangsters. I'm not wannabe gangsters. These are real killers with bodies on them. You can kind of tell by the marks they have on them. Like, they get hired by politicians and shit to like do things. So I was in the mix amongst that, and even one of the guys kind of like I don't like to like kiss and tell, but things happen. I didn't do anything crazy, but I'm just saying, like, put it this way, my camera guy Oluwa Jeff, he feared for his life.
So you mean to tell us that after all that you've described, you weren't scared at any point?
Nah, that's the weird thing. It's even like practice for me. It's practice of staying calm in the chaos. Like when the big dog comes through and starts asking questions, and it's like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I'm just hanging out." Because he looked like he said like I look like an actor or something, like a Hollywood dude. I was like, "Nah," and I kind of just showed him a clip on my phone, and then he kind of like, "Oh, okay," and I showed him like the video of me with the belt. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a champion too." Because I think he was a weightlifter. He's a big, jacked up dude, like looked like a fucking silverback. So I can see why he ran the place. And then I got a belt, and I was like, "What kind of belt? Is it Gucci?" It came out of my mouth, and I was like, "I probably shouldn't do that in the zone." Because look, if we're in the midst of their maze, if they decide, "Fuck you guys," we don't know the way out, but they know that place like the back of their hands. So and they got numbers. We probably had like I think 4 security guards with us with AKs. They've got guns too, and they've got numbers, and they're not scared to die. That's the difference. So, it got tense because one of them started like kicking off. You see a little bit on the clips, like the guy just yelling and shit like that. But wow. Jeff was fearing for his life because it was just one of those situations that one little small step, and yeah, it could get ugly. But I like that kind of shit because like it's practice, keeps me alive. And I'm crazy. I do things just for the story, and I've got that story to tell off camera.
It's in the movie. It's in the movie.
Yeah.